Hey, well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm glad everybody's here today. What an exciting day today is. We've got an awesome webinar for you. This is a presentation I've never done before. It's relatively new, some new strategies, and I think you're going to be very, very excited. It's kind of mixing some of the old and the new, and when you see with what you got, it's going to be awesome. Now, do I have any hockey fans on the line right now? Just give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and start getting everything here to be recorded. And why don't you guys just let me know? Just make sure that you can send me a message. Perhaps just tell me where you're at. I know we've got people from all around the globe on this call. I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen here and hit the record button. But let's see where we've got. Oh, wow. Florida. Go Bolts. Oh boy. Germany. Hey, we got some good hockey fans over there. Tomorrow I'm going down. I don't know. Does anybody here from Chicago get tickets to the event tomorrow? You know, they're calling for 2 million people to go downtown Chicago, and I want to take my son to the stadium. They had 75,000 tickets, and they went on, well, they're free and became available an hour ago, and I wasn't able to get any, but I would pay for those. But anyhow, all right, I digress. We've got a couple of people still coming on the line here. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Now you should see our portal that's up and our first slide. All right, awesome. All right, guys. So, some of you know who I am. Some of you have been on my list for quite some time, but some of you as well don't know who I am. So I just want to take a quick moment here and just share a little bit about myself. As I told you already, I'm a big hockey fan. I'm from Canada. That's my son there. He's also a big hockey fan. I should probably change that picture. He played on the United Center ice last month. I did spend a lot of money in university and whatnot, but got a Bachelor of Commerce up in Canada, but I moved to the United States in 2005, and that's when I founded One Marketing as well as Local Marketing Source and Naparex as well, which is a national parcel delivery company. Went ahead and created a course, and with Local Marketing Source, we got quite a few, several hundred students that have been through the program, and as well as I really enjoy a lot of different speaking, and I speak at different events within the industry and whatnot. But right now, my passion is definitely hockey and summertime and ready to go camping, and I'm just so stoked to get it back up to Canada. But nonetheless, if you don't know, I've got an internet marketing agency, and I'm going to share here just a couple of quick little testimonials about what some of our customers are saying, and as well as Local Marketing Source and what some of the students are saying about their experiences. And if you don't want to listen to the material after this, now is your time to go ahead and leave. But this is only going to take about a minute and a half, and we'll be done and get into some real quality education. I'm excited for this one. Still had my audio playing.
Hi, I'm Dan Conity from Brooks Courier Service, located in Wilmington, Delaware. And I wanted to say a few words about Scott Gallagher, who we met here at the NCAA several years ago. Scott provided us with nice marketing materials that we're able to hand out to potential customers that have very nice graphics and so forth. So we've been very pleased with the service that we have received.
Hello, my name's Larry Schwartz. I'm president of Barron Messenger Service out of sunny South Florida. We recently did search engine optimization with Scott Gallagher, and he got us to the number 2 spot in less than 6 months.
Hi, my name is Mark Spencer from Wireless Consulting in New York. I've been working with Scott Gallagher, who's offered us some incredible insight and some awesome internet marketing strategies that really helped our company.
What I liked about Scott was real solid principles on ongoing business.
I had the course in my hands physically for about 2 weeks, and already I've got 2 clients from just using the information in module 1.
I had 5 clients, and that allowed me to quit my job
I was able to go out and get my first client within the first few weeks.
Hi, my name's Rob Johnstone. I'm with Priority Express Courier in Philadelphia and Edison, New Jersey. We realized that we need a little more direct impact and get in front.
All right. Hey, well, all right. Well, you guys get the point. And some of that is testimonial videos with my agency, and I gotta let you know the power of that. Creating some of those videos, you wouldn't believe how powerful and how long you can use those. It's just fantastic. So what we're talking about here is search engine optimization or search engine marketing, and how to get in and get that lead, how to get in and earn the right to their business, so you can go through the sales process and charge $1,000 per month for each of these clients, high valuable clients. You don't want to undersell yourself. Now, just as an example here, here's a testimonial from a dental client, and with the results that we achieved, she was able to get a second location and hire a third doctor, and now the majority of her new patients all come from internet searches. It's a big deal for these clients of ours. We are changing people's lives significantly by employing these search engine optimization services that we employ, and how we employ them. We're very different at Local Marketing Source. So if you're a newbie and following our messaging, you're going to see some of our strategies to deliver the service is extremely different than about 90% of the people that are out there. But nonetheless, the sale process that we teach and that we go through in our agency is a 7-step sale process. We're not going to talk about that process today. You can take a quick look at it. We've got video and content that does go through this. Some free webinars too in our that are on our blog that go through this at a high level. Today we're talking specifically about step number 2, approaching qualified leads, getting in the door. The fact is, everything after that is really easier. The hardest step of the sale process, in my opinion, is number 2, approaching qualified leads. All right, I'm just going to take a quick check here on GoToWebinar, make sure there's no complaints. Everybody's got audio. We're all good here. Awesome. Now, before we get into approaching leads, there's just certain businesses that we may want to look at. Here's a quick list. Again, I get into greater detail in other presentations, but we're not talking about every specific small business. There are some small businesses that have much higher value customers and are going to vastly benefit from the search marketing services. Today, I'm solely focused on chiropractors. Yes, we've got other doctors and different businesses that are out there and other types of businesses, but our marketing and our positioning, our material is specifically for the chiropractic industry. Well, you can see there's quite a list of different types of businesses that have high value patients or customers that could benefit from search marketing services. Now, to be able to get in the door for each of these types of businesses, it's generally the same processes. Some of them are more difficult than others. Other decision makers are more accessible than others. And the sale process itself, again, is a systematic process that you go through the same thing every time. So lead acquisition today is also what we're going to be talking about. But, everybody, 98% of people will go and try online methods first because it's the easiest. Don't get me wrong. There are online methods that work, but it's not the end all to be all to get in. The fact of the matter is, if you're serious about this business and you want customers that are paying you $1,000 per month for several years, you're going to have to build face-to-face relationships. You're going to have to get in front of these people. Mark my words. Online methods work, but they are not the end all to be all. Okay? We're going to talk about some other strategies as well. But of course, it's important to have an autoresponder and email marketing. I'm going to mention a couple of pieces of marketing material that you need to have, and that's one of them. Eventually, it's not something you need today if you're a newbie, but within 6 months, you should strive for that. Of course, continually and, putting your best foot forward and SEO and then some social media marketing. But again, social media is just a little bit here and there. We're not, full forced in that. Offline methods, there's a variety of different ways. Again, well, we're going to talk about direct mail and combining that with door knocking. You will believe the results that you can get from it. And mixing all of these together with some advertising, which kind of sends to online methods and social media marketing. Now, different ways that you can get in front of leads. You've probably heard all of these before, industry trade shows. There's 100 ways to get in front of leads. I'm only showing a small handful here. I've been in this business business to business sales for 22 years. I've been trained by some of the largest corporations that are out there in the telco world, the copier world. I was selling 100,000 and in some cases, in one case, $500,000 internet connectivity solution to a business in Toronto. My average sales were, $100,000. Right down to $1,000 aspects. The fact is with all these ways to get in front of prospects, there are a small handful that work. And industry trade shows, especially for this industry that we're in, selling this service, when you get into industry trade shows, you saw I had some, I showed you that video in the beginning. That was at an industry trade show for the courier industry. I had clients that were vendors there as well as courier companies. It was easy for me to get massive testimonials from clients. I can spend and get there for a couple of grand. And, after maybe a $5,000 investment, I walk out with 4 or 5 clients. And my average client value is about 12 grand. So I make about $60,000 in sales for about a $5,000 investment. Looking at my profit margins, I made 20 grand out of that one trade show. You do that 4 times or 5 times a year, you've got a business. And I ran my business for 6 years, from 2005 until 2011, just off of trade shows and only going to a small handful. And I got my company up to doing almost $50,000 a month just off of going to trade shows. And that's a small handful, specific industry. Of course, door knocking, it's free. We've got to talk about it. It works. The bottom line, it works. You get out there, and no matter what you look like, but really no matter what you say, if you present yourself properly and you offer a good solution and you knock on doors locally, I guarantee you are going to find successes. A lot of people will struggle I've seen it over and over. 3 months down the road, fuck, Scott, I don't have any clients yet. What am I doing wrong? How many doors have you knocked on? Well, what do you mean? Have you gotten out of your computer and walked down the street and walked into people's buildings? Well, whatever. You want to be successful at this, door knocking is going to get you successes, whether you've done it or haven't done it. And forget about these intrepidations. I'm scared. You're a human being. We all make the same face on the shitter. But your best source is combining door knocking and face-to-face interaction with direct mail. Now, direct mail is a lot of work up front and it costs a little bit of money. So you need a combination of both of those. Now, if I go back and you combine that with industry trade shows, you've got a $0 solution to get you going. You've got an relatively expensive solution that gets you fantastic, quick results. And you combine that with a mediocre strategy of direct mail, you're going to be successful within a niche or within locals. Now, direct mail, I got to go back. I got to talk about this. I'm a Canadian, and I moved to the United States. And there's one big shocker in the culture of America compared to Canada is the advertisements, the in-your-face advertisements, whether it's the billboards all over the place and from magazines to our mail. And it's irritating. You get a lot of crap in the mail, whether you own a business or you're at home. You get a lot of garbage. So you can either spend a lot of money and hit a lot of people, or you can spend a good amount of money on a small, very, very small select number of people. I'm talking mailings that we send out, guys. Our mailings are 15 a piece, 30 mailings in one shot. That's it. You're only putting together 15 mailings. But you have a laser focus, and we're going to talk about that in a moment here. Now, I think it's Command P that I get my pen. And we're talking about a three mailing campaign that works. And you take a look at, the first mailer includes our book. Here's a book. It's super easy to get a book. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. The DVD to get together, and a letter. We put it into just a basic manila envelope, and we handwrite the address. It's as simple as that. Manila is a 12 by 8 inch brown envelope and completely handwrite it. Now, the psychology behind this, number one, it's handwritten, so it's going to look a lot more personalized and not processed. We're only sending 15 out for each campaign, so it's easy. The manila envelope, again, it takes the professionalism away from the envelope. The second aspect is you've got a book in there. You've got the bulky mailer aspects. Bulky mail gets opened. So the open rate of this is significant. Once they open it up, they see a professional DVD. Here's a picture of our DVD and a nice letter that's in there that's on letterhead, and it's a nicely printed letter that I sign. Costs us $2.35 to print a book. I don't know how much per DVD, but let's say 50 cents a DVD maximum. 10 cents for a letter. Manila envelopes, I don't know, let's say they're 25 cents a piece. And the mailing is $3 and change. So you're looking at about $7 for this mailer. 7 times 15 is about, what is that, 105, I think? But about $100 it's going to cost you to send out this first mailer. Now, the strategy is you're sending it out let me use my example. We have internet marketing for chiropractors. I also have internet marketing for small businesses, but we send out in one town, we pick the top 15 chiropractors. Now, in my town, for example, Crystal Lake, Illinois, there are 43 chiropractors in that town, and our campaign resulted in a mailer of 17. Of those 43 chiropractors, we prioritize them, and we sent it out to the top 17. The truth is we're looking to close one. That's it. We only want one out of that 17 that we sent out, and it cost us about $100 to send out the first mailer. If we don't get responses from that, a week later we move on to mailer number 2. That includes another DVD. You're going to get a copy of some of this today, no charge, so you can see what we send out. You get the DVD, you get the letter, and it goes out in an express pack. What this is just, I don't know, it looks like a FedEx package, okay? But we send it through the post office. We buy these, I don't know, I got a couple thousand you buy at a time, and I don't know, they're probably 25 cents a piece. And then to mail it, it's $1.21 for that package. So about $2 a piece. You send out, that's $30 for mailer number 2 to go out. And then mailer number 3, if we get to it, includes a money bag. This is a plastic. I should have shown pictures of a plastic bag that we send out, and then another DVD and a letter. And during all 3 of these stages, follow-up calls are being done. That was supposed to be an F for follow-up calls. Okay? Different stages and whatnot. Yeah, here I'm talking about the free download of some templates here. So stay tuned. But this strategy, combined with even delivering the packages, when I say door knocking, you're actually delivering the package to the individual now. How long is it going to take you to deliver 15 packages in the town of Crystal Lake that's got 30,000 people in it, all within a 5-mile radius, 5 to 10 mile radius. How long is it going to take you when you map it out? Guess what? You get all the addresses you need. You buy your list from Info USA. My list, you spend $100, you're going to get a list of, I don't know, 7, 8 towns to work with for about $100. You could do that in half a day, right? Make the deliveries. It's going to save you on direct mail. Just don't put it into their mailbox. That's a federal offense. So you need some marketing material to pull this off. To pull off these 3 strategies, you need some material to support with what you've got. I've talked about a book. Well, how do you write a book? Well, there's 10 different ways you can write a book. Do you have a Macintosh computer? Because if you do, you've got dictation built right in. And you can verbalize, talk to your computer, and do what I'm doing right now. Build a 1-hour webinar and do a presentation and record yourself, or get it transcribed for a few bucks if you've already got a recording. Take that transcription in Microsoft Word and spend a couple of hours editing. And now you've got a decent book. You talk for 2 hours and you're looking at about a 100-page book. That's one way to get it. It's not hard to get books put together. If you become a member of Local Marketing Source, you can download my book that we give away, Internet Marketing for Local Businesses. Take my name off of it, take my logo off of it, slap your name on it, slap your logo on it, put it in Microsoft Word, send it to createspace.com and get it printed for $2.30. Just can't sell it on Amazon or I'll chase after you. So your direct mail campaign, you need 3 DVD messages. You need 3 templated letters. You need the mailers that you're going to be sending it out list. And you need to purchase a small list. I said the small list is about $100. I get mine from Info USA. I just say a certain geographical region in this specific niche. Here's my mailer list. It gives me all the, what I say, the veto information, the very important top officer information. You're getting, like I had mentioned already, I'm going to give you access for a free download today of letter number 1 and DVD number 1. DVD number 1 for me just happens to be a short 3-minute message to the chiropractors and a 1-hour webinar that I've given the chiropractors in the past. So it's a big file. It's going to be about an 800 megabyte download. I'm only going to have it available today. I'm going to give you a link at the end of this presentation to download that. All the other templates, of course, are available in the Local Marketing Source membership. Webinar, I just mentioned a webinar. You got to have a webinar that you put onto your specific niche. It's easy to put together. This is really the first piece. If you caught on, you build a webinar, you can now have a book. You can turn that into a lot of content. The webinar should be the first thing that you create and get it down and have it good. You're going to see my webinar with the free download today that we started with, or we refine, or we give to chiropractors or whatnot. Of course, you got to have a couple of social media channels set up, engage in your audience. I'd mentioned paid advertising and different strategies with that. And I'd also mention some email marketing, have that back end set up, of course, and your autoresponder. Create your autoresponder, within the first 6 months of running, have that in place and have a 6-month autoresponder. Of course, templates are available in the Local Marketing Source membership. But our autoresponder, as an example, for chiropractors is 6 months long. The first email, we call it day 0. Then we have day 1, day 3, day 7, day 10, day 14, day 21, day 28, and then every week, continues after that up to day 90 or something. No, day 180. Oh yeah, after day 90, it gets to every couple of weeks. We're not inundating them. And then we also use Infusionsoft in the back end. So, if a lead converts to a prospect, then they get taken off a specific list. But the idea, of course, is, anything that's online is to bring them offline, telephone, talk to them to close a deal, and, go through the sale process. The whole goal pretty much is to get into what we call our SEO sales trail, our sales process. And it's just a simple 3-step sales process that once you've earned the right and gotten in the door, going through specific processes, we follow pain creation. That's where, we demonstrate that there is business on the internet for the chiropractors and prove that the competition is beating them in local areas. Simple reports. Yeah, what did I hit there? There we go. Number 2, agitate that wound. Prove to them that they have a lack of exposure that's online through press releases and reviews and testimonial videos, perhaps, and exposure on citation sites. And so we'll run a ranking report and perhaps a citation report to show some of this during the presentation. And then, of course, we provide them relief and present them with our presentation and our proposal. All right, now, one thing I thought I'm here to talk about today is lead acquisition. And we spent a little bit of time in looking at the different strategies that we have available or that we utilize to get in. And this is the actual material. Let me go back to these strategies here. I want to talk a little bit about what else is that's out there. Just direct cold calling. All right, without having all of this other follow-up or marketing material. It works, but you're going to have to call a lot more people. I get asked the question, do I need to have a website? Do you? I don't think you do. I mean, yes, you want to have a domain name and you want to have a place on the internet and be able to have your home. And we've got it, and that's something you need to work towards. But depending on where you are in that stage, starting with door knocking and immediately employing direct mail, trust me, folks, is going to get you your best return on investment for time and money. And once you get up to roughly the $10,000 recurring a month mark, that's when you employ trade shows, and you can get in and you can get there. You can afford those trade shows. 10 grand a month is going to bring you 120 grand a year. You can run a fantastic business of having a second or a third person there to be able to help you out. You focus on some additional sales within industry trade shows, and then you move to the next level of building authority. Now, there's a student of ours, Josh Nelson, that he talks at a lot of internet marketing conventions now. And he's really only been a student of Local Marketing Source in his beginning first 3 years. He's been in this business for 4 years now. He's running a $3 million company. And speaking at trade shows is what his expertise is talking about that and teaching about being in front of hundreds of people and building authority. I've done a lot of speaking engagements at different conventions before, whether it be chiropractic conventions or courier industry conventions. And these trade shows are so easy to get into and build your authority with it. You walk in there and you spend this money on a trade show booth, and you have your book there. You've got a couple of testimonial videos. The first year you go to a national event and you say, I want to teach chiropractors or dentists or plumbers. Josh, by the way, Josh, our top student, he teaches plumbers. It's amazing, his business. He's got 25 employees now. Massive, beautiful office in Miami, Florida. And he goes to plumbing events. That's his job. That's all he does now is go to, I don't know how many events he goes to, but it's less than 12. It's less than one a month. And dabbles in marketing with his business and speaks at in front of plumbers and different plumbing events. And that authority is immense. Now, the question always is, though, well, that's fantastic. I'm getting some responses now. This is exciting. This is great. That's the fun level of this business, guys. Mark my words. It is so much fun once you get your company to that level that you can afford those types of, that type of marketing. But the question really is how do I get there? And I've seen it, man. I've seen it. We've had hundreds of students buy into our program over the years, buy into our major membership. I mean, that's a $2,000 program. It was. And 90% of people don't take action. And that's the biggest aspects of getting in the door and taking action. And so when you've got these pieces of material, you can achieve that goal of getting to $10,000 a month and getting to the next level. So I've got a challenge. I'm moving on here because we've been through all this. It's a 3-month, $10,000 challenge. We've put students through this in the past, and several have achieved it. But sales is a science as much as it is an art. That good sales managers at the end of the day understand salespeople need to do activity in order to achieve results. And if you need to get to that magic number of $10,000 a month, this is an extremely aggressive and very challenging goal to achieve. But if you strive for this and you put your best, like, this is what I want to do because I want to have the freedoms in the world of being an entrepreneur. And, like, I'm taking 3 weeks off this summer. Tomorrow, I'm waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get downtown Chicago because I'm spending the day with my son. The list just goes on and on in terms. I will never ever work for somebody, but if regardless of what level you want to get at, if you want it bad enough, you can do this right here. So let me go through this. Now, you can either pick one target niche and multiply the numbers, or if you don't have a niche and you are locally based, you want to pick 6 target niches to work with. And I say in each of those niches, identify 10 key prospects per niche. Or if you're working like me in one niche and you're a niche-based focused company, you want 60 prospects, obviously, in that particular niche. So here I am in Algonquin, Illinois. Crystal Lake, Illinois is next to me, and so is Cary. Each of the towns have about 30 to 50,000 people in them, maybe a population of about 100,000 people. That is, 4 miles, 5 miles, 8 kilometers from my house. So within those 3 towns, I'm saying identify 60 prospects. If I was only working in the chiropractic industry, I could damn near get those 60 chiropractors prospects just within 10, not even 8 miles of me, or 10 kilometers, or whatever I said. So identifying 10 key prospects or 60, do the math, work it out. But the bottom line is that's the number you need to start with. Now, you want a 30% conversion into the next stage is what you're looking for. That's it. Good salespeople will hit a 50, 60% conversion. But those newbies, you want a 30%, and you want to get an assessment. In other words, a meeting with 20 of those people. You want to get in front of 20 of those people, whether it be, you've now started your direct mail campaign, and you are now following up with the telephone calls. In other words, you just want 20 of those 60 people to say, you know what, Scott, I'll give you 15 minutes of my time just to hear a little bit about what you have to say. Okay, great. Thanks, man. All right. Next, you're looking for a 30% conversion for the next stage. Same thing. That's it. Good salespeople will achieve higher conversions. But you want 7 of them, 1/3, to say, yeah, Scott, send me a proposal for that search marketing service. Let me see what you can do about getting me to number 1, my man. All right, dude, let's do it. Another 30% conversion because you want to close 30% of those people. In other words, get roughly 2 to 3 clients out of those 7 proposals. And our average customers are about $1,500 a month, but on the low end, you should be charging $1,000 a month. But let's say it's on the mid end, like a guy like Josh, he's at $1,900 a month per his clients. So middle of the line's about $1,500 a month, and 2 to 3 of those clients is about $4,000 a month. $4,000 a month of recurring revenue. Of course, you do that for 3 months, and you're going to hit $12,000 a month in recurring revenue added to your bottom line every single month. You're adding more to your bottom line to keep that going. All right. We're going to have some questions starting to come in now. I'm not here to waste anybody's time. This presentation is about getting in the door. You've got your marketing material. I'm going to give you a download for that, for some of it, just to start you off. You're going to build your presentation and get your marketing material available, send out your direct mail, and pick up the phone and talk. If you need a script for that, of course, that's available as well. I've given you the overview and the outline. You know these free webinars, folks. There's always a sales pitch behind them. We're going to spend 5 minutes and go through a sales pitch right now about what the membership at Local Marketing Source is about. After that, that's when I'm going to give you the download that you're looking for to get you guys started. Of course, if you get the membership today, you can get in and get access to all the templates, drop your logo in, and employ the service or the strategy immediately. And then after that, I'm going to answer some questions and answers. Now, the Local Marketing Source membership, I'm just gonna try to fly through this. It's fair priced. We're a fair organization. We've got a lot of successes behind us, and I know a lot of you are anxious to get the download. But with the membership, you get access to, there's over 100 videos of training, a whole variety of different questions and answers that we have once a week. All the videos are transcribed, so you can follow along with the printed up. You got workbooks available for you, and all the management files that we use in our agency. And of course, that portal is available 24/7. You get access to our private Facebook group. That's probably where the most value is. I'd mentioned Josh. He's been with us for 4 years. He's still in there. Scott Meadows and Ed, and the list just goes on and on. There's a variety. There's over 100 members in there at any given point in time. It's a fantastic group. We have calls once a week that are available. You can call in, and I'll be on them for as long as I need to be on them to answer everybody's questions. We get in some pretty deep questions and stuff like that. And once a month we do student hot seats and client hot seats as well. Getting our students, the newbies that are just starting out, to share their experiences, or the more experienced people to get on and share their experiences. So you get quite a bit. You get a lot of different training in one. There's a lot of ongoing support that you get with it. I'll talk about the support in just a quick moment. We're always available to you. We're a legitimate company. We have a phone number and located in the United States. So we try to provide. We try to do the best. We're a real business. We're constantly trying to improve the value for our memberships and continually creating fresh content for our students. Actually, here's a picture of Josh, and you can see his, when he started with us in 2010, he had 0 sales. Last year he topped 2 million. This year he's going to top 3 million. And many students have built, to build a 6-figure business is pretty easy. Just a snapshot of some of the different content. We do get into some pretty deep content, some pretty, strategy focused, different keyword research, competitive research, marketing, just lots and lots and lots. It's pretty detailed. Just a quick look here. I just wanted to take a quick look inside the portal just to give you guys a feel of what it looks like. my favorite part is the resource directory here. This is what I wanted to show, because this is where a lot of your money, you're going to get your return on investment from. We're talking about sales stuff here. So, in the sales and marketing portion of it, we've got all the contract templates for you to download, the checklist for the SEO sales trail I was mentioning about that, proposals, and all that great stuff. In the operations side of your business, you can download, this is to get the job done for your clients. Different checklists, new client implementation checklists that you go through, just different templated documents, the privacy policy for websites, development management documents that we use inside, process documents, more templates here. So you get a lot of great stuff with the membership. I mentioned support, so you get the live weekly training. We've got an 800 number that you can get access to. We use Zendesk for support management, so we track all your support calls, and of course the Facebook group and the support email. Now, if you take the membership today, you're going to get a couple of bonuses for it. I'm going to give you a consultation in the beginning. I charge $250 an hour for LMS consulting. We'll sit down and just talk a little bit about your goals and what you hope to achieve with this course. I'll send you a copy of my book. You'll get access to my email address and my phone number. And of course, if you purchase right now, you can get on our call today, which is another member call at 4 p.m. Eastern. So the question is, Scott, how much does this cost? $100 a month. We used to sell it, Josh bought it in bought into the program 4 years ago when we just had, nothing, for $3,000. Or no, sorry, I take that back. Almost $2,000. It was $17,094 or something like that. He paid almost $2,000 to get into it, and then he was paying $50 a month for the membership. He's still paying that price, that $50 a month, to be a part of the membership, and gets access to everything that you guys get access to for $100. Of course, like these online things, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. You get in. If you don't like it, that's fine. But the question is why do I have Blackhawks stuff down there? Because the Blackhawks rock, man. I'm a hockey fan in Chicago right now. And when I was putting this presentation together, I said, well, I'm going to show a picture. But not only that, the Blackhawks and the Stanley Cup is going to my hometown in Sudbury, Ontario. This is awesome. I'm now living in my son, by the way, is a major hockey fan. He played on the United Center ice a little while ago. So I said, I've got to have a promotion for this. Okay? Never in my life have I seen the Stanley Cup go to Sudbury. But not only that, am I going to see it tomorrow with my son in Chicago. And then this summer, I'm going to see it in Sudbury, Ontario, Canada. And a funny thing was, I was looking for a picture of it. I found this picture here on the internet. And it was the first one I saw. The reason why is because Andrew Desjardins is Siberian. And guess what? At the school he went to, here's a picture of the school he went to. And I pulled it out, and I didn't realize this. This guy right here is my cousin. My cousin Steve. Well, that's kind of funny. This guy, Steve, has no social media, okay? Doesn't have Facebook. He's a teacher at the school. And you've seen him before. Because I won't get into the long story. Another cousin of mine, a mutual cousin of ours, has got one of the most watched YouTube videos on the internet. He does the talking animals, and he has the dog that, bacon, no bacon, and he does that. And so Andrew, my cousin, has put this guy Steve into a few of his videos and whatnot. And I find it ironic because Steve is all over the internet, but he doesn't have any internet, and he's a fantastic, 5th grade teacher. But anyhow, you're asking, what's next? I want that download, Scott. Here's the link to get the membership, all right? But that's the regular price. You see the LMS summer promo. You're going to get it for the same price that guys like Josh are getting it for, that came into us and are grandfathered in, for $50 a month for life. If you get your membership today, you try it out. You can go and download stuff, by the way. I'm not going to take that stuff away from you. And some people have gotten their money back. All I ask is if you get in and you download our stuff and you're going to use it to make money, please don't ask for a refund on the first 30 days if you're going to utilize it, if you've gotten value from it. But you know what? Most people don't. You get that one jerk that does and goes and pirates certain content. That's fine. You can also get my material, by the way, through torrent sites. And you can go and find this course, or some of it, I think. I'll promote the black hat strategies. I don't care, because they don't work, guys. You're not going to get value if you try to steal stuff and get stuff. The real value of this membership is in my community. And it's those people that take action and network inside the private Facebook groups. Mark my words for it. If you're paying this membership a year from now, these guys and our students are happy to pay the membership. So if you're going to come in and take the stuff, fine, do it. I just know that a year from now, you're not going to be nearly as successful as those people that are within the community. Bottom line. That's why I want you to try it out. So here's the link for the course registration, and there's the link for the download. And I just have a heart-stopping moment here. I have to double check. Give me 1 second here. I want to check the download link for you guys because I've hyped it up and I want you to have this. And I don't think I completed. Whoops, what am I doing here? Because I wanted to upload it through Dropbox. Okay, yeah, no, I did. All right. So that link works. It's okay. It's all uploaded. All right, my bad. Let me put that back on. Good, I did do it. From current slide. So there's the link right here for that download. And here's the link for the membership. This promotion, guys, is expiring on midnight, the 21st. We have done a promotion. We tend to do them once a year at this price point. And we'll stick with it. But if you've been pondering on this for some time, just do it right now. This is the time to try it out. And if it's not for you, we're more than happy to give you guys a refund. I only want to work with the successful. Local marketing source is not my main business. It's my hobby. It's my passion. I dedicate Wednesdays to local marketing source, and to get those emails from people that you've helped me so much, like a guy like Josh, I look at him and he's just doing so well. He's built his business. He's charging $200,000 a month in revenue right now. I've never achieved that level. I'm not building $200,000 a month with my agency. I don't work as hard as he does. I don't want to. I don't work that much. I work about 20 hours a week. I got into gardening this year, and a mechanic. I was able to rebuild my motorcycle carburetor on my own this year. Not because I had to, but because I wanted to. It took me 2 weeks, but I did it. And every time I get on that thing now and go for a cruise, man, do I feel good. And I like cooking, and the time that I have now to spend on my garden and go out and get food I rip a piece of lettuce off when it's living. It's alive. I'm putting it's you can't get fresher. It's just it's beautiful. So my agency and local marketing source, afford me the time to do that stuff, but it's my agency that I spend, and I'm involved with Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm in here on Wednesdays, but my agency is where it's at. So, all right, I'm going to get to any questions that we may have about this presentation and about this promo. Well, Bob, thank you for that. He says, this is really exciting. He says, I like your presentation style. Great path there. I'm glad. This is a free presentation. I make money. I do, this for a living, internet marketing and education. So of course that there's, a revenue channel behind it, but mark my words, these free presentations to my audience, I really try to give gold. I want you guys to be successful. And let's face it, all my material I told you already, it's available on the internet for free. So, all right, Don says, is there an annual sales revenue that you have for a client that you can work with? That's a good question, Don. Don's asking about, is there an average annual sales revenue that you're going to look at for certain prospects? And let me talk about that a little bit here. He's mentioning a metric to qualify a prospect. And there are different ways to qualify prospects. When I buy that list from Info USA, their revenues are also available on there. So there are ways to qualify prospects. In the courier industry, I could have qualified prospects based off of revenue from about a $250,000 courier company to a $50 million courier business that we worked with. All right, those were our segments. But I qualified businesses based off of the number of drivers that they had, because I could ask the business owner, how many drivers do you have? And then I can translate the number of drivers roughly into how big of a business they had. So I didn't have to ask the business owner directly, what are your annual sales? Okay. But yes, there is a qualification process that we go through to identify who's good here. In the chiropractic industry, if they've got a front-end staff member, they've got the revenue to support the marketing efforts that we want to employ for them. That's kind of a metric that we look at. And so in the Info USA, we can look at, okay, how many employees are inside the office? Some chiropractors just work out of their basement and they're the husband and wife or operation. Yeah, I don't want to deal with a husband and a wife chiropractor, because if they've been there for 10 years, they've got their clientele. They're not really interested in growing their business. Some people are happy at the level that they operate at. So we move on. I hope that helps a little bit, Don. David is asking, if you have a membership, where are these downloads in the back end? Sorry, simple question. It's been a while since I've actively worked with your system. David, if you're talking about these two specific downloads here, in the portal, no, hang on a second. I don't want to end the webinar. Hang on. I'm going to go to the portal here. Yeah, if you just go to the resource directory and go into the operations resources, yeah, they're relatively new here, so you'll be able to find them. You can see, folks, this is a process we implemented for LMS students back in April of this year. They've been utilizing it, testing it. We've gotten all the feedback from our students. This mailing system, and it's just been refined. And I don't teach anything that I haven't done myself. So I've been running this for a couple of years. When I taught about the Facebook advertising, I was running Facebook advertising for 6 months. We've got that down now, by the way. So David, yeah, you can get a bunch of stuff in here. Okay. Get that back up. Thought I recognized your name. John's asking, he says, Scott, I joined LMS a few years ago. I used all your stuff to build a business. Nowhere near the level of Josh, but I'm still here making a living. How do I get access to the new client getting stuff? Well, there you go. 2 students. This looks like it's 2 existing students. I don't know if they've continued to pay their members. I recognize both of their names that had missed some of this new content. And, you know, I'm glad you guys are relighting that fire. And you can see here, there's value that you don't take value unless you're a part of the community. So, John and David, I'm giving you guys shit publicly on a public webinar right now. Lift up your skirt, grab your balls, and go take some action and get out there if you want to be successful. I say that with all due respect, guys. You know our MO over at Local Marketing Source, and nothing happens until you take action and pick up the phone. But that's the bottom line. And I'm glad to see that the fire is being relit. Mark my words, and mark my words. I've been down that path deeper than any of you may have ever imagined in my life. Probably even during the time that you've been members at Local Marketing Source. We're only human beings. Oh, David said my phone rang. What was the price range? I don't know what price range you were referring to. The membership for $47 a month. Don is asking any advice on how I can make my niche choices. I am considering either dentist or chiropractors. All right, Don, if you're in the United States and you want to choose chiropractors, bring it on, man. We'll go head to head in competition. You're more than welcome to do it, and I'll continue to deliver the free tidbits of information through Local Marketing Source on how I deal and work with the chiropractic industry. Please, I also welcome yourself to mimic everything that I'm doing. I would like that. That's signs of flattery, but bring it on. There's a lot of niches that are available that are out there, and again, you know, there are other competitors in the chiropractic industry, but the way that I look at it is this: is the value of the individual. And I got tired of the courier industry only because I got tired of dealing with courier owners, and I wanted something new and fresh. I'd been in that industry for several years. I made a whole business off of just couriers. I know the courier industry is a segment of the transportation industry under a massive umbrella. The courier industry is a small, tiny piece of the transportation industry alone. So each of those verticals in just transportation, I know will work. I know that there's nobody targeting specific the courier industry alone. The dentist industry is big. You can have hundreds of people that focus their business in on it. When you're looking to build this, you know, a guy like Josh that's running $3 million a year, he's only got a couple hundred clients, 200 out of 90,000 plumbers in the United States. He's got 200 plumbers out of 90,000 plumbers in the United States. He's the biggest player in that industry. Okay, you're looking for a couple of things. First off, on our blog, I've got a presentation that goes through that in great detail. That's about an hour long. It's a free presentation. If you want and get our membership, of course, you're going to get in and get access to get into details on how to pick. I'm trying to give you 5 minutes here. High value customers, service-based tend to be good. Attorneys, any businesses that provide services that people go to, like a dentist, like a chiropractor, like doctors, like real estate agents, like insurance brokers, and that people go to that have specific offices. They're already spending money. An office space alone is going to be $12,000 a year at least for a small office in most of these cases, just to say, okay, now I can do business. But you're asking for $1,000 a month to say, okay, bring me business so I can feed everything. So here, those are a couple of the elements to help you do that. The biggest piece of advice that I can give on how to pick a niche, after being in this business for as long as I've been in, and the 100% reason why I chose the chiropractic industry, is because chiropractic care has changed the lives of both of my kids. Both of my children are living a more fulfilling, healthy lifestyle because of chiropractic care. My daughter, when she was 6 years old, she was continually getting nosebleeds. She began chiropractic care. She had 3 to 4 a week. Started getting adjustments, and they're gone. Well, she got 1 or 2 a year on average now. The list just goes on of the benefits that come from it. My son, he he's got he had an eye that forget about the medical term, but they used to call it a wandering eye ever since birth. He also had a skull that was oddly deformed, and we did different adjustments with the chiropractor and whatnot. When he was born, he's got a perfectly shaped skull. Now his eyes are awesome, and the MDs were all about surgery, and the list just went on. And I chose chiropractic care because I want to help other kids and pregnant mothers. My son was born vaginally because of chiropractic care. His mom evaded the C-section because of it. An adjustment, literally. You saw it happen in your eyes of a simple adjustment. We had a nurse that turned around and threw up her arms and said, I can't believe this. I'm in the wrong profession. You see where I'm going with this, Don? The best piece of advice I can give for you to pick a niche is one that you're passionate about. Because I can go to these chiropractors and say, I want to change the penetration rate of the chiropractic industry from 8 to 18%. I am personally motivated to get you patients, Dr. Chiropractor. They see that in me. They see the passion. They know I'm the most passionate person available for them. I didn't just pick chiropractors because they make money. And anytime when I talk to a chiropractor and I say, hey, go talk to other people, please do talk to other vendors, we're more likely to win because of the passion. Jeff asks, do you still use web SEO software? Are there any alternatives? All right, Jeff. Are you a student or not? It doesn't matter if you are or aren't. If you are, you probably know how I feel about tools. I don't talk about tools. I don't want to say I get frustrated when I get asked about tools, but our industry is all about tools. It's all about, doing this for keywords and, showing this and showing that and using this tool for that. And really SEO is about just, being a marketer, the art of everything, not the science of it all. And it's a very artistic approach to it. And so tools really don't help us a lot. And, the tools that I use in my agency is Bright Local. And we only use that for reporting purposes, show us what exists out there. That's it. We don't use keyword tools at all for anything. We only use Bright Local because they do a good job at ranking local rankings. We do not use Bright Local for citation management. We do some citation management with Bright Local, but it's central through our own management internally on Excel. And we do our own research, our own hand research to find the real valuable citations. We're not using software for that. That's why we win. So I'm not a big tools person. No, we don't use web SEO or web CEO. And Bright Local is what we use. Can I post the links in here? Well, that would be a good idea. Thanks, Bob. That was a smart one. Just copy and paste the links, Scott. Paste them in here. Send them to everybody. Well, never said I had a lot of street smarts. Thanks, Bob Markham. You're welcome, John. We've lost one person since I started this discussion, so I'm not sure if I'm responding to people. David said, yes, I found it, $47. Okay, that's what he was talking about. Wonder if David's trying to figure out, did he buy at a promotional time or a standard time? And, we honor the promotion. Are home remodeling contractors a good niche? Jeff asks, are home remodeling contractors a good niche? Man, you want to know a good niche? Garage door specialists. if you believe me, Jeff, that garage door specialist is a good niche, then you have to assume unequivocally that remodeling contractors are likely a good niche too. Very, very similar businesses, very, very similar sales. In fact, remodeling contractors, their sale price and average ticket will be much higher than garage door specialists. And Jeff, it's 100% true. I don't know a single company that specializes in garage door internet marketing. And anybody that's listening right now, trust me, that is a good niche. You want to know why? Pick up the yellow pages. Even to this day in 2015, pick up the yellow pages. And you tell me how big the garage door installation section is inside your yellow page book. And then figure out how much these garage door people are paying for yellow page entries. Enough said. Little little tip there, eh? I sound so Canadian, eh? Must be the hockey that's going on. Go to yellow pages to find good niches too. David says, I already chose general contractors. The one part of your system I can't relate is the door-to-door. Most I deal with already are on the job. Can this still work without the door-to-door? David, man, I'm dealing with chiropractors, okay? You don't have email addresses for them. You can't call them and get them on the phone. And anytime you walk in, they're in their back, either in their office or they are doing an adjustment. They're doctors, man. The last thing they want to do is talk to some slimy salesman that's walking through the doors trying to sell them something. Nobody wants to be sold, right? We only want to buy. You get their attention. My client in my hometown, a chiropractor, I was actually at the hockey arena one day with my laptop open, working away, my headphones in, talking to a prospect, trying to do a sales call to some chiropractor that gave me a lead out of town. And this guy comes over and hands me a piece of paper, and he says, call me. You know, puts his hand up to it. Okay, fine. I call him. I do some research. I find out he's a local chiropractor. I get in the door. I start talk to him. Or call him up, and I'm like, hey, man, I got a book, if you want. He says, yeah, I got it. It's sitting on my desk right now. You get it, David? You're different with that bulky package. That's going to get you in the door with these contractors. They are not always on the job. They might want to meet with you at 6 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock at night. Invite these guys out. You know what? If you're able to, you can get them on the phone once they get the book, and you call them up and you say, dude, I want to talk to you about building your business. Let's go for a beer and watch the Bears game. Let's talk this over. Why can't you have those meetings and talk like that and be different? General contractors, I don't want to stereotype people, but let's face it, there are stereotypes in industries. I can talk to the courier business owners a lot differently. The way I'm speaking right now, I can guarantee you that there are people that have walked out of my presentations because they don't like the way I present myself. So be it. You can't make everybody happy. But I'm confident in my ability to deliver material and training and my business that I stick to my guns of who I am. And I believe in what I do. So, David, inside the portal, if you don't have a book, the easiest way, get in there, download mine. It's even available for download on the Facebook group. It is so valuable to members. Get that, change it up, spend half a day changing it up a little bit and then send it to CreateSpace. And in a couple of days, you'll have a book that you can start giving these people. Spend a little bit of that money on that, okay? Get that book. Trust me, man. You're back on board. Well, man, we got a good set of people inside the group. And shame on me for requiring a free webinar to re-excite you about getting back on board. Thank you for being a member and continuing to be a member and feeling that when your credit card is charged, you feel like you're getting value for that membership. That's perfectly what business is supposed to be. So thank you for being a student and supporter. Shame on you for sitting around, and so be it. It's human nature. All right, but the best of the best are the ones that recognize that, change that, and take action. So a credit to you for recognizing that. And that, my friend, in the big picture is what gives me the smile ear to ear. And I'm very thankful and glad that you're back on board, man. And let's do it. I mean, you make 2015 a great year. You put some of the stuff, and let's face it, guys. Anybody that's still in the line, we still got. Okay, I've only lost 2 people. Good. The best sales months you're gonna have are September and October and maybe November. Those are your best sales months. You see where we are right now, June. You got July and August. You've got 2.5 months before the best sales months really start. This is your time to ramp up and build those your webinar and get that recorded and get your book and get it printed and get an inventory of it and build your mailers and or if you're gonna have to door knock and whatnot. But if you had $1,000 to spend between now and September, and that $1,000 you can really get your marketing material in place. I mean, we're talking the printing of it and the mailing of it and getting your proper list, getting the right tools. Let's face it, you got to invest money to make money. Without, you're going to struggle a lot if you can't pull this stuff together. This is going to be the best $1,000 investment you'll get, once you get it, and the best time. And once you've got it, it's so much easier to close stuff down the road. It's incredible. To build that authority is incredible. So you invest that $1,000, and all these templates. We're talking for a $150 investment between now and then with local marketing source. So anybody that's serious about this, jump on board right now. I hope to see you in there. I wonder what we're doing for time. I got my call I got to get ready for. I still got time. But I think I've axed. Did I just say that? David says, I never stopped watching. Business has been good, not great. Got divorced and it kind of set me back a few years, but moving again. David, like I said, even me has been set back. I got separated in 2008. I understand, buddy. Shit happens. It's life. Don't ever shame yourself for it. And it's okay. It's all okay. That's life. That's the way it is. And I could say the same thing. Business has been good, but not great. So what? Hell, it's life. I mean, that's the beauty of working for yourself, though, man. And the beauty is you have a choice. Now things are shaping up. You may or may not have another partner. So what? You've got to be happy with yourself. And if you're not happy with yourself, you're not going to be able to build a business. You're not going to be able to find a partner and be happy with that. And it's tough. Let's face it. I mean, we're human beings. So everybody in life has got roller coasters. My roller coaster seems to be a lot higher highs and a lot lower lows than the average person. But I don't know if everybody feels like that. I don't know if they look at their life and go, fuck, my roller coaster is higher and lower than everybody's. I see some people and they're just kind of, a little bit of ups and downs, and, they seem to be happy, and good for them. But I wouldn't trade it for the world, because, those ups, you really appreciate them. And it's just, you don't appreciate the ups if you don't got the downs. It's just a part of it. It's awesome. It's just great. Embrace it. Heck, like my mom died. She passed away 2 years ago. 2.5 years ago. And you can't. There's no way anybody can prepare for that. I went 7 months of my life that I didn't work at all. And I was able to take my son home to Canada almost, 2 weeks out of every month. The schools allowed it and everything, you know. I did that for 7 months trying to prepare for her death, and you can't prepare for it. Now I'm 2.5 years later, and I look back and I think, holy cow, like where I've been is unreal. I'm going through some ridiculous spectrums. I never grew up as a religious man, as a religious individual. I was brought to school for Sunday school and did go to church for a few years. And, we were Protestants, and my father was Catholic, and my mom was Protestant. But I've never really said yes or no to what may exist. But I have said, okay, there's 2,200 religions out there. I just don't know. I just don't know what the answers are. Whether it's spirituality or these people that are agnostic. But the point is, I don't even know where my thought process was going. David, you know me. I digress quite a bit when I start talking. Oh yeah, the last couple of years of my life, I've really gone on a pendulum of extremes on that. On my belief systems, and it allows me, without a belief system internally, for the first time in my life, I'm struggling the most. And that translates into financial struggles. I know everything that needs to be done with my businesses, and thank God I have my businesses to support myself and my freedoms. But unless you got your shit, all in alignment. And so the last couple of years have been very challenging. Fortunately, this summer is the summer of Scott. My birthday, my 40-year-old birthday, is in a couple of weeks, July 5th of this year. I've seen 30s as all the buildings and all the education and, trying to bring everything together. And man, am I fucking running for 40. I've never been so fired up in my life than I am at this stage of it right now. Maybe that's why I'm getting this feedback from everybody at Local Marketing Source, this amazing feedback from a variety, going, this is just a great present. Maybe my energy is coming through. I don't know. But my point is, I'm going on, guys, that mental state is important, and it changes, and that's okay. Doesn't make us any less. It doesn't make us any further away from being whole or being made. It's okay. It's a matter of fact. It's the best of us that experience those things and turn them around into positives. Bottom line. And David, my man, if you were here, I'd be giving you a high five right now, because that's exactly what I'm seeing you do right now. Jeff, I go on this dissertation, and Jeff Farnsworth has got a question here. I do not recognize this name. Jeff says, do you suggest offering a list of services or pick one to specialize in, like video marketing? Jeff, video is my passion, okay? I like video. I do a lot of video, and I do a lot of the video work myself for my companies. It's about one of the only things I do for my businesses. The video that we do is a piece of the marketing service that we provide. The goal of the marketing service for us is to get patients for our customers, obviously, and we put our efforts into getting patients in the one spot that they're going to get the most patients, and that's being number one on Google for their number one keyword search. Bottom line, you get to number one on Google for your number one keyword locally, you're going to get results from it, period. That's what we do. Some people call it search engine optimization. Some people call it search engine marketing. I can call it marketing, whatever the hell you want. I don't care. The bottom line is if I get them number one on Google, they're going to get patients, and they're going to keep paying me. All right. Now, in order for me to achieve that, we teach the three pillars of local search at Local Marketing Source. That's citations, profiles, and reviews. For my clients, we focus in and we do work on all three of those, and we've got strategies on all three of those pillars. Citation management, for example, in the odd case and from time to time, is going to require us to create a video. Maybe we teach and we create 5 videos for our clients that include a testimonial video, a walkthrough video, a product video, a talk video, a CEO talk video, for examples. So it's not heavy into that. But now somebody says, well, what about me being a video marketer? Okay, great. Somebody says, what about can I be a social media marketing specialist for local business? Or can I be a mobile marketing specialist for these? And when you start to get in and hear, the way that we talk and whatnot, it's bullshit. You can't be a mobile marketing specialist. The fact is that Google is also on mobile devices. And it's about exposure in the right places for these businesses on the internet to be found by the major search engines. You want to win and be number one at Google? It's not about, when I say citations, it's not about being listed in 100 different directories. It's about getting a press release in the local newspaper. It's about getting an article in a medical journal if you're a doctor. It's about getting that video about how to get your pipes from unfrozen in the Chicago winters produced by a plumber that is shared among locals, that is displayed and shared by the Chamber of Commerce and the local newspaper because you've shared it with them. So when you say video marketing, yes, I understand video well. And yes, I do understand that there are marketing companies out there that are video specialists. But those are the businesses that are charging $50,000 for video commercials. Those are the big time professionals that have gone to lengthy school courses to learn a big variety of dynamics of video. We're by no means in any position to compete with one of those, and most small businesses don't have the budgets to be able to afford and facilitate that. But in the world of internet marketing and being a video marketing specialist, good luck. Food for thought, opinion. I'm not saying that you can't be successful at it, but these are, you ask for the opinion and thought. So there you go. Mike says, what is the email I need to send to so I can get access to the 4 p.m. call today? Support at localmarketingsource.com, or I'm going to send you something. As a matter of fact, anybody, I know this was a bonus, and anybody that's bought today and still on the line, please forgive me. This is a call here. Let me send it over to here. I'm going to send the registration link, okay? At this point in time, guys, I mean, it's been 45 minutes of a sales pitch now, and a lot of you have not left. I don't know how many people have gone on the bot, but I'd like to thank you for sticking on this long. I'm going to send the registration. You can check out how a weekly call goes, get a flavor for it. Mike, I'm going to go ahead and send me an email, Mike, scottg@localmarketingsource.com, and we'll go ahead and get that 30-minute consultation. I'll tell you honestly, Mike, most people don't take me up on that. Most members don't. I say most, probably 75% don't. But of that 25% that do, those are the same members that I see every week, that are on calls, or year after year, that are still a part of the membership and are successful. So, I mean, if you're serious about this, try it. Take me up on it. I don't want to brag and be conceited, but for whatever reason, man, people give me money, I open up my mouth, and they like what I deliver. So, cool. I'll take more, and I'll continue to deliver. Yeah. Has anybody been following politics in the U.S.? As a Canadian, it's not a big, politics aren't big up there, but you can't not follow politics when you live in America. Everybody does. And so, Donald Trump started to run for president, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of politics, nor am I a fan of Donald Trump as a politician, or I'm not a fan of Donald Trump as a businessman. But if you watched his speech for being nominated for president, and somebody pulled out the best quotes, the top 10 quotes. I read every one of his top 10 quotes, and every single one, I laughed at it and I nodded my head, and I'm like, this dude's right. This dude's right. Funny. I don't know why I started to talk about that. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. He says, great presentation, great content, great personality, product is awesome, and such a great price. What can I say? Mike's made my day. That's the kind of business you want, right? You just want people happy with it, and you want to continue, and you want to enjoy what you do. And I enjoy that with both my companies. We got the call starting in half an hour. This is going to be an interesting one, guys, because I'm not fully prepared. It usually takes me a few hours to prepare a call, and I spent a little bit of time this morning, but it's all good. It's all good. I've been at this long enough that, we tend to find exactly with what makes people, what they're looking for. And either we've got some students on the line that are able to share some of that, or we just have an extension of, the discussion. And this presentation is, the number one challenge, bottom line. So we're likely going to be discussing that. But typically on the weekly calls, we talk about, what's happened in the last week. You'll see a very different flavor of presentation. I might even show you my mug. I don't even know what my hair looks like today, but I got my camera on right now. If you can see me in front of my green screen. I brushed my hair, I think, out of the shower. That's why I like short hair in the summer. My playoff beard. Oh, I'm sharing screen 2, huh? Not screen 1. You can see my background now. All right. Well, I don't see any more. Oh, David said, of course, yeah. David, he says, okay, since I re-signed up, he says, can I get the 30 minutes? Could use the refocused help. Dude, let's face it. I get off on helping people. That sounded so fucking bad. Anybody that's a part of the local marketing source community, I'm there to help. I'm not there to be taken advantage of. All right. But we're human beings, and 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. I'm always there for students. And yes, we've got a posted price of $250 an hour. Josh hired me once for 2 days. He said, send me $2,000 and buy me a plane ticket. So he did. He's happy to pay that price because he was up there and, doing and all of that. But, when people are starting out, whatever. I mean, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, we'll get through it. We won't watch the clock. Let's just get you going. And when you get off the phone and, at the end of every month, when we charge your credit card, you say, man, I'm happy to be a part of this group. I'm glad, because that's my goal. If I can do that, then you're happy. So let's get on it, man. But I do have to end this call now. And I'm going to be back on the air in 30 minutes. And hopefully some of you guys are there to see a different flair. All right.
That concludes this local marketing update from the Local Marketing Source Professional Development Program for local marketers. Visit localmarketingsource.com for additional resources focused on online marketing for local businesses.